What's going on, fellas? So today, I'm going to talk to you guys about the number one trait that every man should have. And if you develop this trait over time, you will separate yourselves from 97% of the people that you come across. This trait is the code to finding yourself, finding self-worth and self-happiness. And let me tell you this, we live in a generation where people do not love themselves. We live in a generation where people have very low self-esteem and do not value the importance of themselves. A lot of you guys care way too much what people think about you. A lot of you guys would rather do shit to fit in rather than to stand out. Fuck all that bullshit. It takes a coward to be fake and to fit in, but it takes courage to stand alone. And let me tell you this, a lot of people stay in toxic friendships, bullshit ass relationships, knowing they should leave, but they don't. Why? Because they simply do not enjoy their own presence and being alone. But let me make this very clear to you guys. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. So let's get into the root of being lonely. So what is being lonely? Being lonely is a fear of oneself. Being lonely can be very catastrophic because this is where you depend on external sources for your happiness. This is where people do drugs to escape themselves. This is where people stay in toxic bullshit ass relationships because they're scared to be alone. This is why people want to get in constant relationships because they depend on people for their happiness. They want somebody or something to complete them. But the moment you depend on something for your happiness is the moment you're going to find great misery within yourself, because happiness comes within. The moment you become friends with yourself is the moment you'll truly never be alone. Which leads me to, what does it mean to be alone? It's to simply enjoy your own presence and be happy with oneself. Now, I want to share this quote with you guys, which is very powerful. You guys can take it with you for the rest of your lives. Loneliness is the poverty of oneself, but solitude is the richness of oneself. I want you guys to sit down and think about that for a second. So today, the number one trait that every man must have is he must master the ability to be alone. If you guys look at all the successful and most influential people, Bill Gates, Aristotle, Plato, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Elon Musk, the greatest innovation and creation and the greatest skill sets are developed behind closed doors where nobody else is watching, because these individuals hold and mold onto their craft privately when nobody else is watching. It gives you a chance to manifest your thoughts, develop your skill sets, and this is where high levels of productivity will be achieved. Here's a quote that I want to share with you guys by Pablo Picasso. Without great solitude, no serious work will be done. The only time where you will learn the most about yourself is when you're in the presence with yourself. And to truly, fully understand and love yourself, you truly must be friends with yourself. This is why mastering the ability to be alone is like a goddamn superpower. You develop a significant amount of self-awareness, because when you have a vision, you have a dream, you have a goal, you go out there and you make it happen. You think for yourself. You don't get influenced by the outside noises, because a lot of people, they get influenced by their friends, the outside noises. And when you're spending too much time trying to fit in, you cannot harvest and manifest your own thoughts. You lose your creativity. You lose that spark and you're kind of losing a bit of yourself. But when you master the ability to be alone, you don't give a fuck. You develop an abundance mindset because you have self-awareness, because society is going to judge you either way. People are going to tell you that you can't do it. People are going to tell you, oh man, you're not good enough. One can be instructed by society, or one can be inspired by solitude. And with solitude, significant amount of self-awareness is developed. And when you are self-aware, you have control of your emotions. And when you are in control of your emotions, society cannot control you. This is where the abundance mindset comes from. The ability not to give a fuck. And guys, mastering the ability to be alone is like a superpower because it teaches self-reliance. You don't depend on anybody. You don't like depending on anybody. You defend for yourself. You depend on yourself for survival. This creates independence. And whenever there's a problem, You figure out the solution to it. You have a go-get-it attitude that you're the only one that can get the job done. Let me tell you this, guys. When I told my friends that I was going to become a personal trainer and run my own personal training business, they thought I was crazy because I graduated college with a marketing degree. And marketing and business does not go hand in hand with the human anatomy and losing weight. But I knew deep down that if I put my mind and spent countless of hours by myself studying the material, studying which hypertrophy training program is most effective while losing weight, what is the most effective diet plan, complex carbs, simple carbs, what is best to eat, I studied all that. And I knew that anybody I get my hands on, they were going to lose weight. And I made it happen. Also, when I got on YouTube, I didn't get much support. People told me I couldn't do it. Getting 1,000 subscribers is impossible. But I spent countless of hours being alone, problem solving, figuring out, okay, how can I expand my YouTube channel? And look at it now. I'm at 1,000 subscribers in a few months. Guys, it takes sacrifice. And what mastering the ability to be alone, it develops mental strength. With mental strength comes sacrifice. And with sacrifice comes longevity thinking. Because when I got on YouTube, I know that it's not going to happen overnight. People are so obsessed with instant gratification. They want it now. But I knew that if I was just persistent and consistent, I know that my YouTube channel is going to eventually grow and pop off. Because instant gratification is fucking toxic. Because look, why do we eat junk food? Because it tastes good. It's that instant gratification. Why do we watch porn? Because it's right there. It's instant gratification. Why do YouTubers make one video and quit? Because they think that one video is going to pop off. No, you have to stay consistent. It's like diet. You cannot eat one fucking meal, do one fucking exercise, and get fucking yoked. No, it's consistency. Life is not a sprint. It is a marathon. And also what I learned from mastering the ability to be alone is that once you connect with yourself, you can connect with other people hella easily. When I go out alone, I have no problem because I can meet strangers there, because if you can connect with yourself, you have self-awareness. So therefore, it's easy for you to relate to people, and like you can read people. It's like you know yourself, so you know other people. It's hella fucking weird. So when you master the ability to be alone, you can go out, talk to girls. No matter how many girls you get rejected, you don't give a fuck because you're happy in your own presence. If she comes with me, cool. Because a lot of guys, when they go out, they want to meet girls. They think that having a lot of girls can make them happy. But no, happiness comes within. And most of the time, when you're out by yourself enjoying your own presence, girls will be attracted to that because you don't give off a thirsty vibe. This is why mastering the ability to be alone is like a fucking superpower. So that's my video on the #1 trait that every man should have and the advantages of it. So fellas, embrace your own presence. Embrace that solitude. So fellas, like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you guys want to hear next.